Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
You are listening to the biggest show in the world, the hashtag SBTVNation on a beautiful hump day. What's going on, people? How is everybody feeling out there? I'm sitting here talking to my boy, The Dream, this morning. Kid, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, player. But listen, I think I got a reason why there has been so much violence in the NFL right now.
Why is that?
Straight Outta Compton's coming out Friday, fool. Cats don't know how to act about Straight Outta Compton. They didn't quite attitudes up in training camp, punching people in the face. You know, fights breaking out, Killing Cam fighting, Geno Smith fighting. The worst teams in football have decided this year they just gonna fight before the season.
Yes.
So that way they have an explanation all season as to why they're bad, because they had no chemistry in the preseason.
Yes, definitely, man. So speaking of Geno Smith, man, broken jaw. This guy, IK Enimpala, I believe his name is, Enimpali, came up to him. I guess Geno Smith was supposed to go to a charity football camp or something like that. He canceled. Supposedly he had a death, somebody close to him, whatever. So this dude, IK, paid for his plane ticket, $600. This is the story. This is what I'm reading. And I guess this guy, IK, got all upset because he didn't pay him back and came out and sucker punched him, broke his jaw, kid.
That's some OG hood type work right there with the, yo, I just put up a 6-piece. I put up a nickel and a C-note for you, and you played me. Where's my loot at? And then when you come with the stutters, pow!
Yeah, definitely, man. He got him pretty good, though, man. I guess Geno Smith's going to be out for a little bit. That broken jaw is no joke, man. I've been hitting the nose and broke my nose, but never broke my jaw before, kid.
Broken jaw is no joke, but hey, you know, on the flip side of it, maybe it will make Geno a better quarterback.
I think it's going to take a little bit more than that.
Well, here's my couple of issues is, well, I don't get why can't Geno come out on the field? He's got a broken jaw.
I don't know, man. I got to read a little bit more into it, guys. I will do that and see if he's going to be out for any length of time whatsoever. I read something about 6 to 10 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
I read that too.
Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, a broken jaw. I mean, he must have really screwed him up pretty bad, kid. You know what I mean? So
I know, dude. I'm telling you. Listen, these guys got to tone it down. Now, here's my thing, though. How you gonna be the leader of the team? And you got knocked out, you got sucker punched, you got out for 8 to 10 weeks. How you going to be the team leader when you got beat up?
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Well, hey, it is what it is. And speaking of controversial NFL news, your boy Ray Rizzle's getting looked at by Cleve, kid. The Browns are thinking about bringing him in, kid.
The Browns just want to have, like, multiple players at every position. They want to have, like, 5 quarterbacks, 5 running backs. And it's just, they think you just collect players. The Browns like a player collection. They think it's like players are like cars.
Then they're going to put him and Johnny Football together, kid.
Well, that's cool.
Think so, huh?
Yeah, Johnny Football take Ray to the party, and then, Ray will do his thing and crazy.
And the elevator on the way down, you know what I mean?
Elevator on the way. Don't ride in the elevator with him, Johnny. That's all. You good. Just stay out of the elevator with Ray. Take the stairs. I want to thank everybody that's retweeting the show this morning. Good morning to y'all. We got Sir Mata in the house, Karak, King J, King of Spreads, C. Rodriguez Jr., Randy Lockhart. The Kid Picks is out there this morning. Irvin, Danish Better, AZ Wildcat 83, my man 51, Vegas Girl 92661, Lone Star Hombre, Sin City Maverick, Frank Vincolato, and Rick Lopez. Thought I'd get that out the way before my man Hatter sticks me out and says, hey, who's retweeting the show, brother?
Yes.
Well, I'm in the middle of looking up other stuff.
Definitely. It's the worst when we're on Freaky Fridays if we try to do that. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Doubt.
Talking about the NFL, man. So, guys, expect a little bit more overs these days, man, because what they're doing is they're bringing well, I don't know. It may end up being the same scoring, but they're bringing the point after attempt back from 17 yards to 33 yards, Dream.
So why would you expect the over?
Because they're going to go for probably more 2-point conversions.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't think so?
Come on. No way. No.
No? That's what they're looking at, man. A 2-point conversion goes from the two-yard line player. And what happens...
I disagree, but yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right. I don't think you're gonna. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. But Aaron Rodgers is not feeling it at all. He's claiming it's the safety of the players that's in question. But in actuality, the real deal is that, he probably don't want to go on the field trying new 2-point conversions. You know what I mean?
The safety of the players.
Yeah, right.
That lets you know how intelligent these guys are with some of their comments. That's why a lot of these guys should remain quiet.
Absolutely, man. And, if you think about it now, a 33-yard, it's almost, it's like a 33-yard field goal now. So, it's going to put the ball in play a lot easier. So
My thing was, I wanted him to take it back to 40. Because what they were saying that the extra point was too automatic where it used to be. So they wanted to bring it back a little further. But I don't think that's far. I don't think that's far enough, to be honest with you.
33 yards, I think, is halfway decent, especially if you got bad weather. I think you're all right. I think you're all right with that. And the PAT attempts are usually automatic unless you're given 6.5 points. And your team scores a touchdown, and then they miss the extra point. You already know how that goes. You've seen it.
It's going to be a lot of that this year.
Yeah, definitely, man. So you guys got to take a look at these 6.5-point spreads and stuff like that, because now it's not going to be so automatic. And you may get a lot of defensive scoring on those, man. So, keep that in the back of your brains when you are betting the NFL this year, man. So, Dream, the MLB, man, all 15 home teams won for the first time in history last night.
First time in history?
First time in history, man. All 15 won. All 15 home games. All home teams, rather. Crazy, right?
Yeah, if that's the first time. Yeah, I find that not believable.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, hey, it is what it is. I mean, there probably was, before they brought in some expansion teams and stuff like that, probably happened with when there was less games. But now that there's 30 teams, 15-0 is pretty badass, man.
No doubt. And definitely, as we're looking at the baseball last night, guys, I think if you listen to the show on Monday, I talked about the Kansas City Royals for the series, cashed. I talked about the what was the other one that I had?
D-backs.
Oh, the New York Mets for the series, cashed, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Had I want to talk to you about the Philadelphia Phillies being the hottest team in baseball coming in. I don't know why you would do that, brother. I don't know why you would say that player. And the Diamondbacks beat them 13-1 back to back.
Damn, man, they scored 13 runs the last 2 nights.
Back to back.
Wow,
whipped them up.
Unbelievable. Now you think about this, Dream. Who are, in your opinion, who are the 2 best teams in the MLB that you do not want to play right now? Really, really good team that you just don't want to play. Would I have to say Kansas City?
It's between Kansas City and, I don't know. You got to throw the Diamondbacks in that talk.
No, well, I'm talking about the best teams, like above 500.
The best teams. Okay, no, my bad. The best teams. Who would you say first?
I said the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay, well, I got to go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, good point. All right, I like that. I like that better than Kansas City, I'll be honest with you. Even though they like to have all these low-scoring affairs. But and then how about the either 500 or just sub-500 teams, in your opinion? I could tell you mine right now is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers. Even though the Texas Rangers lost last night, they almost won that game, man. They were up 2-0 the entire game. I think those are the 2 most dangerous teams around the 500 mark.
I don't feel the Texas Rangers. I do like the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think the other squad I would have to give, they may be above 500 though. What are the Cubs?
Oh, the Cubs are like 12 games, 13 games over 500.
Yeah, they're way over 500, so I can't put them in there. I don't believe in the Rangers though.
Really?
I don't buy them. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I mean, they got the potential to do anything, man. I mean, they did sweep your Houston Astros, which lost again last night on the road. My God, son, I don't know, man. I think
I love how you talked about the Nationals winning the World Series a month ago. All right, They're taking a free fall. I haven't really said a lot about it, but yet every time you see the Astros lose, you want to be, son, my God. All I said was the Astros was greatly improved and doing better. You had the Nationals winning the World Series, son.
Nationals going to go on a run, player.
And the Dodgers whipped that National last night.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and I told you that the bridge was over last night. It was your big pick as well, but
yes,
they put it on them.
That was my big play of the day, man, was Zach Greinke minus 1 run, and they didn't even need the one kid. They went ham on him, dude. And, speaking of that, I mean, I did lose with the Los Angeles Angels. That was a lighter play than the Dodgers, but, hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'll take those kind of nights. Anytime you're in the plus, you got to be happy with it. You know what I mean? So what else you got, man, before we get into the MLBs? Because you got a guest calling in, Dream.
I do. I have my man Winning the Dream coming in at about the 9:25 mark to kick it with us, and he will always have some interesting topics to kick up. Yo, guys, I want to just say one thing. Listen, to some of you cappers, and I'm not talking to everybody, and don't be getting all personal and panties in a bunch. I don't want DMs from guys later. This is just a generalized statement. But when you come on the biggest show in the world, all right, first you already know that we have people that already don't like us, period.
Yes.
So when you come on the biggest show in the world, there is an even bigger spotlight on you than your regular Twitter work and whatever else you do. So people are paying attention to what you say and what you do. So if you say your numbers are off the chain, guess what? People are going to say, oh, okay. And they're going to write down whatever you say, and they're going to hold it to you. And when and if it's not working out and it's not working coming to fruition, they're going to let you know, or they're going to let me know. And if they let me know, I'm going to let you know. So come on, keep it 100, keep it transparent. Just remember that, because you got a whole extra set of eyes on you once you come on here and you beat your chest and you say, hey, listen, I'm, 96% at this or whatever. And then all of a sudden you lose like 2 or 3 series in a row right after you come on saying that. People start being like, hey, what did my man just do?
Exactly. And, dude, let's talk real quick about the Houston radio spot, kid. So, so guys, you know damn well, hey, you either love us or you hate us. Is one or the other, man. I don't think it's anywhere middle of the road with us, Dream.
I've never been a middle of the road guy. I don't like doing anything middle. I like either being at the top of my game or at the bottom. I don't want to be in the middle.
Oh, yeah. So I was listening to it. My man Direct Sports Solutions went on there. They gave him a spot to go on and tear it up, and big ups to him for that. And what do you call it? Another guy called in and said we're the yelling guys. I love being alluded to as the yelling guys, man. That's pretty funny, dude.
Hater.
Hey, it makes for really good radio, man. I'm looking forward to getting back on there on Friday, because you know what? People are tuning in on the AM dial. There's a lot of talk in the Houston market.
About our Houston spot. And if you guys are interested, once again, it's KCOH Radio. They have their own app. They are out of Houston, Texas. If you're not in Houston, then you cannot hear us. The station has a wide variety of subject matter.
Yes.
And we'll leave it at that. Like,
yes.
You could turn them on right now and they could be talking about, people landing on the moon, and you could turn it on a half hour later and they could be, talking about Tupac and Biggie, and you could turn it on a half hour later and they could be talking about the presidential race. So they're all over the place, which is good. A good thing. Wide range of topics. Very great, very good station. We're on with my man Ralph Cooper, who is a great person. Ralph Cooper is a great personality out there. We were helped out with this spot by Direct Sports Solution. And we think we did big things in Houston. The feedback has been very positive. It's 12:30 a.m. on your AM dial. We are on at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. We go for it's a small spot, and it's just getting our feet wet. An actual humongous spot and a very big spot as far as sports gambling is concerned, especially for mainstream. It's a huge step in that direction, and we'd like to think that we are kind of pioneers of doing this right now outside of Las Vegas. I really don't know anywhere else where they're talking exclusively about sports gambling. And when we're on, that's what we talk about. I mean, we talk about a lot of other things as well, but we are finally bringing up and talking about gambling and how to bet, what to bet, what you would like to bet, and different ways to bet. And I think this is the first show of its nature on mainstream radio to be like this. So we are, we're very humbled, and we're also enthusiastic about our opportunity.
Absolutely, man. It was definitely a good time, and I'm looking forward to getting back on. I don't know what we're going to talk about this Friday, but I'll reach out to Mr. Cooper.
Talking about Straight Outta Compton, man. There's a movie opens Friday. I could be calling from the hospital. Went to the matinee and got shot by the police. They got shot by the thugs at the concession stand trying to get some popcorn.
Oh, man. All right, Dream. So listen, man, I know you don't like this, but we got 15 games of baseball on the ticket.
Nasty baseball games. College football, where you at?
Oh, I know.
This is what I love, right? Urban Meyer said he had a coin flip, right, to pick out which quarterback he was going to start, right? That's what I love about Urban, right? But yet, he got time to be at Sports Center, though, to do an interview. If it's so much of a tough decision, then shouldn't you be evaluating talent, player?
I feel you. Well, you know what? Speaking of the Ohio State University, real quick, if you want to talk some college football.
Listen, I have heard enough of them, by the way, already.
Son, every single, like, I saw something where their odds came out for their schedule, like, like every game, like all the spreads. Yeah. They're like double-digit favorites on every single game, son.
Listen, I already heard enough about them already this season. They getting on my nerves right now, to be honest with you. And I know my man Nick Saban got to be a little bit heated himself over there on what he's trying to get done, too.
I don't know, man. You know what? I think they're going to be the Kentucky.
I know.
They're going to be like Kentucky was in college hoop, but I don't think it's going to end the same way, player.
Well, I'm going to take a look. I got to see. Listen, football and basketball, two different sports. Obviously, you can get hit, decimated with injuries. All kinds of things come into the woodwork when you're playing football. I got to see some gameplay out of them first. They haven't even touched the field yet. I want to see how they really look. I want to see what their passing downfield game is. I know they got their tricks because they run that trickery. I call it trickeration what Urban runs. And he exploits some of the nuances of the college game because the athletes on the defensive side of the field are usually not as on the level of, let's say, what happens in pro football, which is why transposing that system in the pros doesn't usually work that well. But we'll see what happens. We'll take a look at it, and we'll just reevaluate. But they are going to be good. There's no second guessing to that. They are going to be very good, as they got a lot of their starters coming back.
15.
The coach, even though I don't like him, I got to give him the credit that he's deserved. He's an incredible coach, incredible motivator. I don't like what he did to the University of Florida, but I've already talked about that several times. So we'll watch and see how they look. We'll see what happens.
Dude, 15 out of 22 starters are coming back, man.
I know, brother. I know.
That's crazy. And you got a couple of quarterbacks. If one's just having a bad game, you throw the other one in. And now if you think about this, it actually is 16 starters if you think about it because what's his name there? Braxton Miller is going to be a wide receiver or a H-back for them.
The thing with the quarterback is it can be a gift and a curse. These two guys, if they end up hating each other, you know what I'm saying? Or you get a guy out, pressing harder because he wants the starting job over the other guy. I mean, it can work against you having that kind of competition going on in the quarterback spot. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to keep our eye on that. And, people, everybody buys into – the coach comes out, they give you the speech, everybody buys into everything at the beginning of the season. You let a loss or a couple of bad games come into play in the middle of there, and people start scrambling. Not to mention people get their attitudes involved. There's a whole lot of personalities, a whole lot of dynamics there. Not to mention, I'm sure one of them two guys are getting courted by other teams saying, hey, you know what, why go sit on the bench or split time with this team when you can come play for us?
Oh, there's got to be a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, man. I always wanted to talk about this with people, man. It's like, you got some of these guys, and, most guys, the way you're supposed to be politically correct about this is you're supposed to cheer on all your teammates. But You ever wonder about the backup quarterback, man, that's sitting there just hoping that the starter has a bad game or gets out or something like that.
You know how that works. Are you
sitting there player hating from the sideline. You know what I mean?
You got cats playing hating for the sidelines all day. Running backs who mad at the left. You know what I mean? The left. Oh my God, dude don't never get his block dead right. Me and a couple of guys were talking about that the other day, and I was saying that they were telling me that NFL players don't. I was talking about how hard it is to run the no-huddle offense, and that the only person I know who successfully can get his offense on the right page is it seems to be Peyton Ball. And a lot of other teams have tried it, but it's very hard. And one of the big things is, your offensive line guys, who are cool, aren't always the most intelligent guys in the world. And while you're doing these audibles and in and out of plays, cats don't remember what their blocking assignment is going to be, especially as you get fatigued and deep into the game. So you call for one play and then the cat misses his blocking assignment, and now it's just a nightmare. And listen, trust me, there comes a lot of anima. You start missing your blocking assignments, the running back in the background, he wants to let the other guy get a shot. He wants your backup to get the shot.
Well, I gotta disagree with you though, man. I think the Patriots run the no-huddle pretty well.
No, but I'm saying for a full game, the Patriots don't run it full game. They run it intermediate, and they have a speed up side. But I'm talking about how kind of like how Philly tried to run theirs last year.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That running at the full game at that kind of speed is hectic on the offensive line.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Dream, I got a little bit of an issue here. Uh-oh. So our guest is calling in. I'm having the same situation where I can't add him to a group call.
What you guys calling in on the
I don't know what it is, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, on Saturday I was able to get everybody in. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason I can't get this guy in. So what you want to do here, man?
Dude, I'm out.
All right, man. Go out for a minute. Keep your energy popping, and
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. No, yeah, right. Well, no, I need your awful baseball analysis.
do the show with him.
I need your just telling me about the road records and kicking rocks after that.
Do the show with him. I'm going to get my straight out of Compton tickets.
He's trying to call, man. All right, let me hit him. I'll text you back.
All right.
Dude, I got my boy Betting the Dream on the line today.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, buddy. Good. You are with me by myself. What's happened is that I cannot have the two of you on the line at the same time, so I wanted to make sure I got you on for a few minutes and we could break down some stuff, man. So, how you been, bro?
I'm doing better than Geno Smith.
Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of people are, man, after that little altercation there, man. Unbelievable. Broken jaw out several weeks, so...
Yeah, you never know. Maybe he just didn't fancy Geno playing quarterback this year.
Yeah. Good point, man. Good point. Do you know who their backup is at the Jets? Is it?
I don't. I saw someone on my Twitter feed throwing out there that maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick or something like that would be coming over, but that could just be a long shot.
Got it, man. So, we got a lot of new listeners since the last time you were on the show, dude. Tell everybody where you're from and what you do.
All right, so I'm originally from South Africa. I moved over to the United Kingdom a while back, and then I came over to the States. So I've been in the States about 5-6 years coming up. I got a background in rugby from personal playing, and then I'm also a really huge tennis fan, so I like to focus on most of these sports, as well as a lot of soccer. And, I mean, being in the States has kept me really interested in sports like football and basketball, but I'll be honest, the only sports I can't really get a wrap around are baseball and hockey, because my baseball systems this year are just not hot. So what I've done is I've got a baseball capper who's really good with baseball that's come on, and he's working with me to send the baseball picks out to my clients.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, man. So let's jump right into it, dude, because we got 15 games of baseball on a ticket. Myself and the Dream got to go through all of these, but I'd like to hear what you got to say about certain particular matchups or one particular matchup, whatever you got for our audience, dude.
I got one game for you. We try and keep it to 1 or 2 games max a day because we feel that can put the odd percentage in our favor.
Understood.
And the odds are they're already getting like a 15% differential against us. So if we can minimize that, it helps us. So what my MLB guys got, and guys, if you want to follow him, his is at Timmy Teeps. He's got the Texas Rangers today. And his reasoning is, although Pelfrey's coming in hot for the Minnesota Twins, Texas are hitting really well against them. They're hitting .373 with 12 extra base hits. They've also got a .405 on base percentage and a .701 slugging. And Texas, as you mentioned earlier, you don't like to play against Texas, and that's probably true because they've won 8 of their last 11 games.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you can get minus 105 on Texas right now, and he thinks that will be a 10-unit bomb wager for everyone.
10 units, wow. Dude, I don't see 10 units that often, man. That's a little that scares a lot of our audience, man. With going over 5 units really scares the lights.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just reword that then.
Sure.
What I like to do is we bet on a 1-to-10 ratio because if you got a $100 better, not always, just recently found that if I can tell him 5 units in his head, he will know 50 units. Versus if he's betting 5 units as his $100 bet, to tell him 2.5 units to put $50 down. So I just thought the 1-to-10 scale would be easier. So no, I'm not telling you to double your 5 unit max bet. If you would like to wager, if you're a $100 better in a game, 10 units would be your $100, just to clarify that.
All right, so basically, you're just doing a rating system. Let's rephrase it. Say it's a rating system. So out of a scale of 1 to 10, you're saying that this is a 10 because this is one of your favorite plays.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
All right, perfect, man. I love that. It definitely cleared it all up, man, because most people look at that as 10% of their bankroll, and
exactly.
If they got $1,000 in the bankroll, and that's $100. I mean, it's it's a lot heavier than most people play on a particular game with a bankroll like that.
Understandable. So that's why I like to word it whereby if you like to gamble $100, or you're really confident, then 10 units will fall into there. And if you were 200, then you would just be doubling up the units. I found that's just helped the guys along the way with clarity.
Understood, man. When you look at Minnesota was down 2-0 the entire game last night, and I want to say they tied it up in the bottom of the 8th inning and ended up winning the game 3-2 in walk-off fashion. As well as all the other home teams in MLB last night, man. 15-0 if you bet home teams last night, man.
I know, man. Even the Marlins won.
I mean, my boy Doc was talking about the closing pitcher for Boston being awful, and we plugged it on the show, and sure enough, they were up 4-0 and gave up the lead and lost 5-4. I mean, as soon as the Miami Marlins tied it up, you knew it was a disaster for Boston. And then they got, I want to say somebody hit a triple with no outs. So once that happens, I mean, you got the runner on third base. 9 times out of 10 that guy scores. Texas is 8-4 in their last 12 games, guys, but they are 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. But Minnesota's not much better, man. 2-7 in the last 9 games. And
exactly.
And even though they are pretty good at home, they're 3-6 in the last 9 at home as well, dude. So you know what? The Texas Rangers, I believe, out of these two teams, are the better team, even though they are 1 game under 500, where Minnesota Twins are 500. I think the Texas Rangers are just playing better baseball. I don't know if I bet it personally, man, but you know what? I'll be playing cheerleader for you guys, man. I hope you guys cash this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, Tim's really been on a hot streak right now. He's producing ridiculous numbers. I mean, we lost by half a point last night. He had the over in the Kansas City-Detroit game. We had over 7.5.
Oh, what a heartbreaker that was. I know a lot of people that were on that, man, and Detroit just stinks. They can't hit the ball, man.
They're missing Miguel Cabrera badly. So, I mean, it's what happens when you lose a big name. It's really hard to replace that in the lineup.
Absolutely, dude. All right, so you are feeling you're feeling the Texas Rangers. So is that the only play of the day that you're giving out?
No, sir. I'm then going to take everyone over to Canada for some tennis action.
Tennis, all right.
So if you guys are listening at home, grab a pen and paper. If you're on the highway or something, pull over and get your phone out because you're going to have to take this down. I'm starting off with a money line parlay in true Sports Bettors TV fashion.
Yep.
I've got David Goffin, Lucy Safarova, and Angelique Kerber. That's combining the men's and the women's. The men are playing in Montreal, and the women are playing in Toronto. So I'll break the guys down now. My reason for parlaying these guys is obviously the odds are not fantastic. David Goffin is coming in really hot. He hadn't played a hard court game in 4 months or so since he played in Miami, I believe. And he just walked over Stevie Johnson last night. And Stevie Johnson's actually been playing good tennis, so that was a really good win for Goffin. Safarova is probably the weakest link in the parlay, if I had to pick one. But she's a tremendous athlete. She plays really well on hard court. I've had the privilege to watch her play down in Miami against Maria Sharapova. She's a really good player. She got that lefty combination working for her. And I think she should be too good for her opponent today. And then Angelique Kerber I added in to boost the odds, to be honest, because I really just can't have her beat. She played tremendous stuff yesterday. She breezed by her opponent with ease, and she should get the job done. And then I also have 2 value plays. So before I get into those, I'm just going to re-announce the parlay. It's David Goffin, Lucy Safarova, and Angelique Kerber. You can put, say, 5 units down at plus 137.
Wow, okay.
Then next up is Bencic. She's playing against Caroline Wozniacki. Sorry if I mispronounced her name. She played Wozniacki twice recently. The first time she beat her, 2 sets to love. She was an underdog that day, too. That game was on hard court. And then they were playing in the Wimbledon warm-up, and this was on grass, and Bencic was up 3 sets to love. 3 games to love, not 3 sets to love. And unfortunately, for me, because I had money on Bencic that day, Wozniacki retired with a weak back. And I think Bencic should get the job done today. It's a smaller play of 3 units only. And she's coming in at plus 125.
All right.
And the last play I have today is a bit of a long shot. This is a plus 200 play. Now, by no means is that a certainty, but I think Surenka offers a lot of value against Muguruza. Now, although Muguruza did make the Wimbledon final, it is the last tennis she has played since that game against Serena Williams. And Surenka's really coming in hot off the hard court. She won a WTA event in Istanbul, which most people who follow me actually got on that. I was extremely confident about that wager that day. I shot it out to a lot of people, and she then breezed by the qualification process to get into this tournament, and she's really playing good stuff on the hard court. So at plus 200 odds, I'm not going to let that play walk away. By no means is it a guarantee, so you can go light on it, but you're obviously getting plus 200 for a reason. So don't go mad on it. In the women's game, these wagers do come frequently, so the value is definitely there.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. So the most juice you're laying is minus 105 out of all them plays, and that's the baseball play.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really like to lay the juice that often because in tennis, the value is definitely there. You've only got to pick the winner between 2 people, and if you study hard enough, you can find an opponent that someone will struggle against.
Oh, that's sweet, bro. That's sweet. All right, guys. So he's plugging a bunch of tennis. He's got the three-player parlay with a combination of men's and women's. Can you repeat that one more time as far as the tennis play is concerned?
100%. First up is the parlay. It's David Goffin, Lucy Safarova, and Angelique Kerber. That's coming in at plus 137. Next up is Bencic. She's coming in at plus 125 to beat Caroline Wozniacki. And lastly, we have Surenka coming in at plus 200 to get the job done over Muguruza.
All right, fantastic. And, guys, as far as the MLB is concerned, he is feeling the Texas Rangers today. So, all right, dude. Well, hey, listen, man, I appreciate you spreading the knowledge and spreading the love with tennis and MLB with our audience. Guys, this is my man, Betting the Dream from Twitter. What you got what you got to shout out, man, before we bring the dream back?
I actually want to shout out the Dream because I really appreciate him letting me come on the show. I was meant to come on a while back, and he asked me to change the date up, and then we had a little complication with me going out of town and stuff. So I appreciate him getting me a date and allowing me to come back on the show. I also want to give a big shout-out to my MLB capper, Timmy Teeps, who's listening in on the show. Hopefully your bomb cashes for everyone today, and hopefully everyone's sending him some good messages tomorrow or even tonight.
All right, perfect, dude. Well, dude, I really appreciate it, man, as always. Great segment every time you're on, and let's cash some tickets, brother.
Awesome. I appreciate you having me, Rob. And also, I haven't got the chance to congratulate you on the Houston deal, so well done there.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, man. I mean, it's nice tag teaming with the legendary Ralph Cooper out there. He's been in the business forever, man, and for us to be, side by side with him is that's pretty big. So we're very excited about it.
Yes, that's awesome stuff. Congratulations once more.
All right, man. Take care. You have a great day.
Have a good day, everyone. If you need any more information about everything, please don't be afraid to hit me up on Twitter. It's at Betting Dream. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So that was my boy Betting the Dream and, some soccer, man. Hey, not soccer, tennis, rather. I think a lot of you guys get involved in that stuff. So, you know what? We'll see where it lands, and hopefully those plays cash because they sound like they pay pretty damn well, man. So let's get right into the MLB card and see what we got going on. All right, guys, I'm waiting for my boy The Dream to come on and see what he's got to say, and probably next to nothing. So we'll get going with me, man. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MLB games during the day today, so I think we need to have a conversation about these and go from there. Yo, you there, play it? Dream. Yo. Oh, what up, kid? All right, so we got you back. So, so he had a bunch of tennis plays to give out, and he gave out the Texas Rangers in the MLB tonight, dude.
Awesome.
Anything he gave out, the most juice he was laying was minus 105. He did a 3-player parlay that was plus 137, and then he gave out another play that was plus 200. So, hey, dude, you win 2 out of 3 of those, you're laughing.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. So let's get right into this and see what we got going on. Dream, there's 5 games during the day, and we're going to start the day off at 3:40 Eastern with Baltimore at Seattle. Baltimore did lose the game last night. They stormed back, tied the game, and ended up losing by 1, though. Baltimore has Kevin Gausman on the mound. Seattle has Iwakuma. Seattle minus 130 with an under-over of 7 runs. What you got here?
All right, we got Iwakuma on the mound. He's got 3-2 with a 4.41 ERA. The Mariners are 53-61 all around, 25-33 at home. The Orioles are 57-55 all around, 25-35 on the road. Gausman's 2-3 with a 4.56 ERA.
Very ugly series, in my opinion. Big ups to Yado, that's at the PGA Championship right now, man. Big ups to you, brother. Hope you're having a good time out there. Baltimore, definitely a better team on paper than the Seattle Mariners when you look at this. The total's gone over in 4 of the last 6 Baltimore games. Baltimore is 17-8 in the last 25 when playing the Seattle Mariners. And they, like I said, man, they stormed all the way back. They could have won that game and just couldn't finish it off. Seattle is 6-3 in their last 9. When I look at this game, when I look at this matchup, when I look at the respective pitchers, You know, everything points to the over except for Seattle's bats. You got an under-over of 7 here, Dream, with these respective pitchers, man. Gausman is, both of them are over 4, hovering around the 4.5 ERA mark. But when you take a team that plays really late at night and then, you know, has a day cap, I stay away from those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Seattle, if you're a $100 better, you're down $1,514 on the year. And a $100 better with Baltimore Orioles, you're actually down $91. I'm going to fall back from this. I mean, the 7 runs is a little shaky to me. It's got me scratching my head. This could be a game where Seattle just doesn't score any runs, and then you get like a you get like a 4-2 victory or something by Baltimore. I'm going to fall back and move on to the next stinker because most of these games during the day are stinkers, brother.
Gotcha.
We got Cincinnati at San Diego. San Diego laid the smackdown last night all of a sudden. It was like 11-1 when I went to bed. I was like, oh, my God, finally. You know, Cincinnati, Raciel Iglesias versus San Diego's big game, James Shields. San Diego minus 140 with an under-over of 7 runs. What do you got here, brother?
All right, big game Shields is 8-4 with a 3.75 ERA. Iglesias is 2-4 with a 4.72 ERA for Cincinnati. The Reds are 21-36 on the road. The Padres 26-28 at home.
All right, when I take a look at this game here, Cincinnati has been absolutely dreadful. After being a pain in the ass with the NL Central teams at home, all of a sudden they want to go on the road and be absolutely terrible, man. 1-4 in the last 5 on the road, 1-8 in the last 9 when playing San Diego, and 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games. Definitely falling apart here. San Diego has not been much better, but they do have Cincinnati's number, man. As I alluded to earlier, they're 8-1 in the last 9 when playing Cincinnati, and 5-0 in the last 5 when playing at home versus Cincinnati. You put big game Shields on the mound here versus Mr. Iglesias that has a kind of shaky ERA. What is the total here, Dream? I got a total of 7. I don't like this particular game either. It's nasty. I'm going to move to the next nasty game because I just don't like it. Just feel free to let me know if you have any kind of information on some nasty games, Dream, which I doubt you do.
No, I'm not getting involved with it. Come on. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Oh, man. What do you want to do? You want to talk preseason football tomorrow night? Guys,
I do.
Speaking of football, man, Gam Blue is coming on tomorrow to tear it up. And we're going to get into the NFL card. He's going to talk some NFL futures. We're going to talk maybe a little bit about some moves that are going to be happening during this preseason and all that good stuff, man. So get ready for Gam Blue tomorrow. And big shout out to Betting the Dream who came on and gave out some plays today as well. Philadelphia Phillies at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Philadelphia Phillies bats kind of, cooled off a little bit. Just similar to the Yankees. I got to be honest with you. I had to throw a little jab at you there, too. Philadelphia Phillies have Aaron Nola versus Arizona's Chase Anderson. Arizona minus 165 with an under-over of 8.5.
All right, Anderson is 5-4 with a 4.10 ERA. The Diamondbacks are 30-28 at home. Nola is 2-1 for the Phillies. They are 2-1 with a 3.65 ERA. Okay. The Phillies are 18-40 on the road.
18-40 on the road. Absolutely terrible. 24 games under 500. When I look at the Arizona Diamondbacks on paper, way better team. And dude, congratulations to the Arizona Diamondbacks for finally reaching the 500 mark, Dream.
No doubt.
They've been trying to do that for months. They finally got there. Got there. So where does that leave them in the wild card race? That's something I'd like to take a look at. But when I look at the trends here, a lot of overs going in the Philadelphia Phillies games, man. 5 of the last 6 have gone over, probably because their pitching has just been absolutely dreadful, man. Let's see. And Arizona, man, they're hitting the ball too. I mean, 13 runs in the last 2 games. The total's gone over in 10 of the last 14 games between them. And when I look at the wild card race, they are 7.5 games out of the wild card. So they're going to need Pittsburgh or the Cubs to start falling off to even have a shot, which I doubt they're going to get in. But, hey, Wishful thinking, player. Philadelphia Phillies 7-3 in the last 10 on the road. They were 7-1 before the last two drubbings that they had. Let me look at what the odds are again. Arizona minus 165, under over of 8.5. Looking at the ERAs, don't like this game either. You know, the Philadelphia Phillies are prone to steal a game from you. Maybe this is the one, but you know what, guys? I can't do it. I just can't do it. Going to the next one. This game has some relevance here. A couple of teams. Houston, if it stopped today, I believe would still be in the playoffs. San Francisco, if it stopped today, would not be in the playoffs as they are 3.5 games out of the wild card. They did it to themselves, man, the Giants. They did it to themselves. Houston, Scott Feldman on the mound versus San Francisco's Chris Heston. San Fran minus 135 with an under-over of 7 runs. Dude. Your Houston Astros. What do you got?
The Astros are 61-53 all around. They are 23-35 on the road. The Giants 60-52 all around, 31-23 at home. Heston's 11-6, 3.48 ERA. Fieldman's 4-5 with a 4.46 ERA.
All right, Dream. You're going to be kind of surprised at what I'm going to say here, but Houston being 1-7 in their last 8 games, I expect them to go on a run at some point. Have you noticed this, Dream? Like, you know, some of these teams, you know, when they go like 1-7 in their last 8, or they go like, you know, 2-8 in their last 10 or something like that, all of a sudden they flip it.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that. Well, we talked about the streakiness of baseball. You know, we've talked about that most of the season. You know, teams going on runs and teams falling off and teams going on runs back and forth, what have you. So I do expect Houston to pick it up a little bit. You know, I don't know when they're going to get it started. You know, I did like them in this series, as crazy as that sounded. I didn't say to bet it or wager on it, but I thought they would come alive in this series, as I don't really like what the San Francisco Giants have to offer in bats. So they already dropped the first game. Obviously, it was Bumgarner, so we'll go with that. And I'm looking for Houston to get it done today, man. They got a little different time slot, which is different for them as well as different for the Giants. Maybe they'll get something going, and maybe they can get back into their winning ways today.
That's a tough park to hit home runs in, and that's the problem. That's the problem, because Houston is the number 1 team in all of baseball in home run hitting, but they are one of the worst in striking out as well. So, you know, this Heston guy's been pretty decent, man. Let me just take a look at some of his, you know, what he's done lately, which in the last game he pitched. Actually, I'm sorry, man. I was thinking about when he last time he faced, let's see here, when he faced San Diego. But last time he played at the Cubs, man, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs. Chris Heston for the San Francisco Giants. So I guess as of late, he has not been that good, man. Ooh, I don't know, Dream. You know what? I expect the Houston Astros to turn it around at some point here. I don't know if they're going to have to wait till they get back home to do it.
Now they need to get it going on the road, man, just for their psyche. You know what I'm saying? They got to get it. They got to get some wins on the road, as they're going to end up questioning themselves when they're in their road situation.
Yeah.
So they definitely need to get something done today. I'm expecting them to come full throttle today. I am not betting it, so don't hold me to that, guys. I'm not betting it, but I do expect them to get something done today.
I was dying to bet you this series, by the way, yesterday. I was dying to call you out.
I wouldn't have bet you. I couldn't listen. You guys know how I feel about baseball. I'm not. I've gotten personally involved with a couple teams here that have caught my heart just for the sheer volume of doing this every day. But I am not a proponent of them that much to bet them, to wager big money on them. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely, man. Definitely. Frank Vinculato, I know you're listening, brother. What are the Giants going to do today? I know that you got your eyes and ears on them 100%. Are they going to win this game? Dude, I hate to say this, man, but, you know, I'm almost tempted to take your Houston Astros. I really am. But I'm not going to do it. I just got to wait for that one win to come. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's just been terrible, man. 1-9 in the last 10 on the road. And that one victory they had on the road in the last 10, Dream, they were down the entire game and almost lost it. They won by 1 run, and I believe it was extra innings versus Oakland. So, I don't know, guys. We're going to keep it moving with this one. I don't really like that particular game. Once Houston catches a victory and they get back home, I'd expect them to turn it around and make some noise. Boston Red Sox at the Miami Marlins. We're not going to spend much time on this nasty one. It's a 4:10 Eastern Standard Time start. I'd love to be in Miami watching this, though. As bad as it is, anytime I can get into Miami, I'm happy. Boston, Eduardo Rodriguez versus Miami's Adam Conley. Boston minus 120 with an under-over of 7.5 runs. Dude, with Boston's closer out, man, I don't think you could back them at all anymore.
Yeah, I didn't really like the way they've been playing this season anyway. The Red Sox are 50-63 on all around. They're 23-35 on the road. Rodriguez is 6-4 with a 4.17 ERA. Marlins 45-68 all around, 27-30 at home. Conley's 1-0 with a 4.05 ERA. Not really much going on here, guys.
No. I agree with you. I mean, if you're a $100 bettor, and you are betting these two teams every single game, you are down almost $4,000 combined, kid. Wow. Nasty, man. Boston 8-17 in their last 25 games. Just, dude, I think they're a wrap, man. I think they're waiting for Brady to come back week 5 or week 6. I think they're done, dude. I think they're done, and they want to start watching some football here, man. But dude, believe it or not, man, the Boston Red Sox 7-1 in the last 8 when playing the Miami Marlins. What do you got for Miami's home record again?
Miami is 27-30 at home.
I know they were better than that recently, man. They're 2-7 in the last 9 games at home. I know they had a winning record like 2 weeks ago at home, and they've just kind of fall off either, man. So I don't know, guys. You know what? There's got to be better games to bet than this one. So I'm going to stay away from it and go keep it moving to the next one, which is Oakland at Toronto, which is the first game at 7:07. Dream, you know what? I think we're going to just stick to the relevant games and just kind of skip over the other ones. We'll give you a little bit of information like the opening lines on the original ones and all that, but we'll go to the relevant games, the teams that are actually aspiring to do something this year, which are definitely the Toronto Blue Jays, that's for sure, man. Winners of 9 straight games, man. Oakland's putting Aaron Brooks on the mound versus Toronto's Mark Burley. Toronto minus 230 with an under-over of 8.5. And I got news for you, Dream. The Toronto Blue Jays, not only do they win, they cover run lines like crazy, bro.
Gotcha.
What do you got?
The Blue Jays are 62-52 all around, 37-21 at home. Burley is 12-5 with a 3.34 ERA. The Athletics 51-63 all around, 24-29 on the road. Brooks is 1-0 with a 2.41 ERA. This Blue Jays team, and I know you love them to death. I know you got them in your future, and I hear you. But for some reason, this Blue Jays team reminds me of a team that's going to end up getting beat like in the first round of the playoffs in baseball. I don't know why, but yeah. It's just I see what they're doing, and I know that they can hit the ball. But for some reason, that light goes out the window in playoff baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's what you got, dude. All right, so let's paint the picture of the playoffs. Let's just talk about this real quick. All right, so they go in, and let's say they go on the road. Let's say they win the division because the Yankees have just been really bad, and I don't know about them, man. They were so dope like 2 weeks ago. I don't get it, but whatever. So let's paint the picture of Toronto Blue Jays. Let's say they go into one of the other division winners. I don't know. Let's talk about let's say your Houston Astros win the division. I'm just pointing it out there, okay? So they're going to put Price on the mound, okay, the first game. They'll probably catch the win, but they're going to go, versus like a Dallas Keuchel or a Scotty Kazmir or something like that. So let's say they catch the first game. Now you got the knuckler coming on. You got R.A. Dickey coming on. Let's say the knuckleball's off, and the bats just aren't there. Then all of a sudden, now you're getting into Burley and you're getting into Hutchinson and stuff like that. Who the hell knows, dude? You know what I mean? I think for some reason, dude, something's telling me that they're hot right now, guys. Something's telling me that they're going to have a slide before the end of the year, and I don't know where it's going to happen, but we've been talking about the baseball streaks. I've been seeing it for years, and for some reason, at some point, they're going to drop 3-4 games in a row, and it's going to be versus somebody booty, and you guys are going to get smoked. So just be very careful. When these teams are on a 9-game winning streak, don't expect it to be 17 games. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of fall back a little bit, and you might want to consider scaling back your units on teams like this that are hot. And, maybe start looking at the teams that are sliding like the Houston Astros that, maybe they'll catch a victory and start getting their mojo back. So I think that's what you got to do with this one personally. But, hey, you guys, like I say, do your own homework, bet your own plays, and, hopefully you can make it work. So let me just see what Burley's doing on the year, man. Burley is 12-5, Dream. Not bad. He's getting a run support, though, man. All these pitchers for Toronto. Dude, this is like Candyland for all the pitchers going over there. Especially David Price must have loved it, dude, getting all this run support over there. Burley, man, in the last, in the last outing versus Minnesota, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Versus Kansas City, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs as well. And versus Seattle, he gave up 3 earned runs in 5 2/3. So that's so bad. It probably puts his ERA somewhere around, 3.75 to 4 or something like that. So I don't know, man. I'm not going to bet Oakland. That's for sure. So I'm just going to kind of wait and watch Toronto. I'm waiting for that, 3-4 game losing streak that might end up start happening. It may never happen, but I'm going to wait for that. Let's see, Milwaukee and Chicago. I'm not really interested in this. Chicago minus 175. Don't have a total. You got Miami with Matt Garza versus Chicago Cubs, Jason Hamill. What do you got for material on that?
You said you got Miami. That's the Milwaukee Brewers player.
Oh, Milwaukee. My bad. I'm thinking about being a sunny Miami kid. That's why.
I know. I wish
Especially
I was
with the
Miami
weather getting
right
cold
now.
already.
No doubt. Listen, Garza's going. He's 6-12 with a 4.95 ERA. The Cubs got Hamill going 6-5 with a 3.17 ERA. Cubs are 63-48 all around, 32-24 at home. The Brewers 48-66 all around, 24-30 on the road.
Couldn't be a better team for the Cubs to play than the Milwaukee Brewers these days, huh? And once they sold everybody, dude, they kind of just threw the white towel in. You know what I mean? So kind of sucks, but it is what it is, man. They were so good for so long, and then once they sold everybody, they just kind of went south. So whatever. You got the Texas Rangers at Minnesota. We've already broken down this game with Betting the Dream. He is feeling the Texas Rangers. You got your boy Big Pelf on the mound for Minnesota, but he thinks the Texas Rangers beat him at minus 105. So we'll move on to the next one, which is the awful Detroit Tigers at the Kansas City Royals, kid. Kansas City covering run lines 2 nights in a row. And Kansas City minus 190 with an under-over of 8 runs. What do you got here?
We have the Kansas City Royals, who are 68-44, 39-18 at home. Volquez is 11-6 with a 3.11 ERA. Do you have the Kansas City Royals as a future?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
We have the Detroit Tigers, 54-59, 26-29 on the road. Norris is 2-2 with a 4.24 ERA. What's that pay?
Right now, it's at almost $6,000.
Oh.
Almost. It's about 59 change. So what I'm doing now is, what I did, and I talked to you about this during the week, is what I'm doing now, Dream, is I'm focused heavily on the teams that I feel are going to definitely make the playoffs unless they lose like 60% of their games going forward. Pittsburgh Pirates, St. Lucia Cardinals, Kansas City Royals are definitely getting into playoffs. I mean, there's no guarantee, but as long as they win 40% of their games, they're in. You know what I mean? Because all the wild card teams, with the exception of the Toronto Blue Jays, are pretty much 500. You know what I mean? So I got to really focus on this. Kansas City been covering the run line, so I've been getting more investments into them, and we will go from there. But Detroit is absolutely terrible, man. 1-4 in their last 5 games. Kansas City 5-0 in their last 5. Kansas City 5-2 in the last 7 when playing Detroit. And let's see. But the under, dude. The under's gone under in 8 of the last 10 games where Kansas City has been playing, man. I don't know, man. You know what? This game is at a, 8:10 Eastern Standard Time start. For me, if I'm looking at this, an under-over of 8 with these respective pitchers on the mound, I think I got to fall back from the total. I don't like the total, but I don't know if I like Kansas City either, man. I think I'm going to stay away from it.
Okay.
All right. So you did point them out for the series play, and hey, I wish you got that, man. But
I wish I should have played all of them. They were all, you know what? And I should have parlayed them. It was in the back of my mind. I wanted to do it. Something I would have gone with, but the way baseball's been this season, up and down, very unpredictable, very inconsistent, and with football like right here, I just didn't want to waste the money.
I agree. Well, LA Angels at Chicago. Not really going to break this game down, guys. LA Angels should have won yesterday, man. Dude, I don't know what's going on with them. They're another streaky team that's probably going to turn it around at some point. But LA minus 130 with an under-over of 8 runs. LA Andrew Heaney. The Chicago White Sox have your boy, John Danks. What do you got here?
All right, we've got, excuse me, Mr. Danks, 6-9 with a 4.79 ERA. The White Sox are 28-26 at home. Angels 59-53 all around, 23-30 on the road. They don't have a great road record either, by the way, 23-30. Heaney is 5-1 with a 2.45 ERA for the Angels.
Yeah, definitely. Got a lot of comments here on Twitter, man. Marlon's loving the music today. Frank Vincolato said San Francisco should get it done, but he's going to stay away. Let's see. Randy Lockhart is saying that the Blue Jays are a better team, but you can't trust R.A. Dickey. So a lot of people are on the same team as us today, brother.
R.A. Dickey, wasn't he a Cy Young winner, though?
Yeah, he was, man. But
how can't you trust a Cy Young?
Dude, you know what? If he goes on the road, and has to pitch in some different weather with a knuckleball, man, you never know. You just never know what's going to happen with that. So let me get some a little bit of Paramore on here, dude. All right, so Pittsburgh at St. Lucia. I think this is a really good series here, guys. Pittsburgh putting Garrett Cole versus St. Louis's Michael Wacha. St. Louis minus 125 with an under-over of 6.5 runs. What do you got here versus this matchup here, dude?
Oh, man. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. Here we go. We got my man Wacha, 13-4. 13-4 player, 2.92 ERA. Cardinals are 41-16 at home. Incredible at-home record. This team just gets it done day in and day out. And unfortunately, if you don't have them in the future, you may be licking your wounds at the end of this baseball season. However, the Pirates are coming in. They're 26-27 on the roll. Mr. Cole is 14-5 with a 2.39 ERA. And I would not expect St. Lucia to do anything other than what they usually do, and that is win.
They won last night. 32 games over 500, man.
They're going to break your heart.
No, why would they break my heart? I'm starting to dump money on them now, dude.
Yeah, but when they win the World Series, but you can't catch them enough for you're not going to get them for enough.
Dude, listen to this. The best odds you can get right now are 8.5 to 1. It actually went up, dude. It was like 6s. And it went up to 8.5 to 1, bro. Now that Toronto has emerged and Kansas City has emerged, after like the trade deadline and stuff, the odds actually grew. Surprisingly,
I got
the payout.
But we have to. There's some deficits to make up. There's some minuses to make up. So I just don't feel. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. You're gonna have to dump a whole lot of money on them.
I know. Well, they gotta win. They gotta win a whole bunch of games. They win a whole bunch of games, I'm good. Because guys, I'm sure you notice what I do is anything I get profits from house money is what I put on respective futures. So that's how I operate, man. All right, so when I look at this game here, I mean, dude, what's the total here? 6.5. God, man, I'm so dying to take an under on this game. I really am.
It's too tight.
You think so, huh?
It's too tight.
6.5.
Yeah, that's too tight.
Ugh.
Too tight.
St. Louis, 13 of the last 17 games have gone under, man.
Yeah, I mean, the pitching matchup's good. The defenses are good, but it's too – I hate that under at 6.5. Just too tight.
Total's going under in 4 of the last 5 when Pittsburgh has played St. Lucia in St. Lucia.
Gotcha.
6.5, man. I don't know. I think I could see a 2-1 game or a 3-2 game or something like that. I think I'm going to take a shot with the under here, brother.
All right.
I really am. I know, guys, listen, I know I always say that those lines are a little low and, you have one big inning, you're in trouble. But, with Wacha and Cole and the way these offenses are, I mean, and the fact that they love to always win by 1 run. This is the St. Lucia Cardinals. I think that all points me in the under direction, dude. So I think I'm going to take a shot with that. Washington at the L.A. Angels. Washington, Jordan Zimmerman on the mound versus L.A.'s Clayton Kershaw. L.A. minus 210 with an under-over of 6 runs. And, dude, I told you, the Washington Nationals cannot hit elite pitchers, and I think that's going to be the stumbling block for them in the playoffs, unfortunately for me. But Let's see what Kershaw could do.
Win the World Series.
Dude, I just
Kershaw.
wish. You know what? Listen, let them bang up Kershaw today. I'll feel a little bit better.
Well, yeah, okay, me too. them too, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
They said, let us bang up Kershaw. We'll be feeling ourselves, too. Kershaw, 9-6, 2.51 ERA. The Dodgers are 63-50, 38-19 at home. Zimmerman, 8-7, 3.44 ERA. Nationals are 58-54 all around. 27-31 at home. I don't like them. Don't take them versus Kershaw.
Oh, definitely not. No way.
Right.
No way.
Okay.
If anything, dude, I like the Dodgers again. But
no doubt.
You have to get them. You have to get them -1, dude. You can't do this -210. Oh, dude, real quick, guys. I know, Dream. I know we're running over here, but there's something very important on my brain.
Go.
So, I did some homework last night. I did some math. You know, just sitting there. I had some free time at my kids' football practice, so I just started doing some math homework on my phone. Now, guys, the way run lines are set up in the Major League Baseball, the way it works, I did the exact percentages here. Okay. -1.5, the math works out where the books have it calculated where they're expecting 35% of the games to be decided by one run. Okay? But historically, 30% of the games are decided by one run. So what that means at the end of the day, if it all pans out the proper way, that if you're betting a -1.5 run line, it's the most profitable thing in baseball. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys, listen, I could explain it a little bit further, but realistically, if you got 7 out of 10 games that are decided by 2 runs or more, then your cash and run lines are, you know, they're if you got an even money line, it's usually like a +180, so it's almost like winning 2 bets. And 70% of the games are decided by 2 or more runs. So do the math yourself. Even the -1 run line stream are less profitable than the -1.5s. It's pretty crazy, man. Even if you're shopping the lines, guys. I mean, I did this. I ran a bunch of different scenarios. You know, I had a little free time, and that's what it ends up being, man. So listen, you're gonna lose more games than you would on a regular money line or a -1 or something like that. But at the end of the day, over the long haul, you're actually going to make more money. It's kind of crazy, but that's pretty much it, Dream. So taking a look at the card here, man. Did I skip over the Yankees? Are the Yankees even playing?
Yankees are playing. They're playing the Indians. 7:10 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, you got CC Sabathia versus Danny Salazar. Cleveland -135 with an under over 7.5 runs. Dude, this Yankee team, man, now they're an underdog again with CC on the mound. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think they got to get back home and get their mojo back. Any opinion with the New York Yankees? I know you were kind of
stay away right now. You know I don't like CC, so I got to watch this one. But that is his old team. He used to play for the Cleveland Indians, so maybe he'll bring a little special there. But it's been a minute since he's been there as well. This one I'm not really gonna get involved in. They got to get their bats going. They got to get it back together. I think that they're gonna get it done today, obviously, but I'm not gonna bet it. You got Salazar 9-6, 3.38 ERA. Sabathia 4-8, 5.34 ERA. The Yankees are 29-29 on the road. The Indians 23-33 at home. I like the Yankees to win it, but I'm not betting on CC.
All right, guys. So that's going to do it for the show today. We went 10 minutes over, and guys, I really appreciate it. Appreciate Betting the Dream coming on and tearing it up, and we will go from there. So what I'm looking at today is, you know, I don't really see a lot that I love, especially during the day. I'm definitely not feeling the day games. If I had to lean, I'm thinking about taking the Pittsburgh-St. Lucia under 6.5, and I'm thinking about taking Clayton Kershaw -1 run with the LA Dodgers over the Washington Nationals. And you have no baseball that you're feeling.
No, I'm not doing no baseball. Maybe I'll get involved in the next 3-game series as players. I'm only doing series plays. It's going to be a rare game to game for me if I see one here and there. Maybe a little no-score first inning, but I'm on the road and on the move today as I do need to get out of here. I want to thank everybody who's been retweeting the show. Sorry I don't have anything for you guys. Look, hold tight. I'm going to have plenty come college football. We got football right upon us. I am not blowing unnecessary money and being unnecessarily aggravated messing around with the bases right now.
Unnecessarily aggravated.
We got my man Slick Rick D, Buster Carr, Niner Nation is out there, P for Prez, Key MVU is out there, Sports Talk Johnny, what's up, good morning, brother, welcome to the party, Joseph Del Rosario, Super Mario Locks, JDH24, CK Wins, what's happening, Snoopy Betts, Immaculate, Benjamin, Road, Tyrone Reed, JC, INT, Direct Sports Solutions, good morning to you, brother, Casey Erickson, Jordy, Best Clown Man Swag, Jeff Ryan, Worst Gambler Ever, good morning, Blair, Marlon, MG86, Triple B, Christos, Nicholas, J. Sermata, Sarat, King J, King of Spread, C. Rodriguez Jr., Randy Lockhart, the kid at the Kid Picks, Irvin is out there, my man Danish Better, AZ Wildcat 8351, Vegas Girl 92661, Lone Star Ombre, Sin City Maverick, Frank Vincalato, and Rick Lopez. Thank you guys so much for retweeting our show while we go live. Thank you all who are listening at their leisure at another time. Want to send you guys a shout out, and we always, as always, thank you for all your continued support as we do our thing daily, Monday through Friday here on Spreaker. I am the dream. But always remember who you're with. Make the most of each and every day, because you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, love us or hate us, we are the biggest show in the world, period. Having an absolute blast 7 days a week. We love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. Do your own homework. Bet your own plays. Make all your dreams a reality and get that money. Let's go.
Peace.